Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Alex and I talk about all things print on demand. In today's video, I'll be going over my Canva secret tips to make your print on demands nicer and quicker. These tips range from settings that are hidden and a little tricky to find to different ways you can make your designs look better. So if that sounds like anything you want to learn, then be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video. And of course, before we get into any of this, make sure to give my video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more print on demand content. And if you want to try Canva after this, I actually have a 2-week free trial for Canva Pro in my description box below, so be sure to check that out if you want. I've used Canva Pro for years now. Even before print on demand, I used it because it's just so useful for a bunch of different things, but also for print on demand. So give it a try and let me know what you think. But now let's get into my first tip. Tip number 1, resizing your images. This has been one of the most commented things on my Redbubble videos. People want to know what dimensions you need to upload to different print on demand sites and how to get such large images on Canva. So I did a Canva tutorial a while ago and everyone was confused how I got such large size images, and that is because this setting is kind of hidden and tricky to find if you're not looking for it. But that being said, you don't need to go anywhere other than Canva to resize your images to the size that you need for Redbubble or other print-on-demand sites. So let me show you how to do that now. So we're on the Canva homepage, and what you want to do is create a new design. There's a bunch of suggested designs here, but for our purposes, we're going to create a custom size. So here you have the width and the height. The maximum width or height you can do is 8,000, but not 8,000 by 8,000. 8,000 has to be the longest or widest side. So for our purposes today, we're just going to do a square and go to 5,000 by 5,000 because that's easy to work with, but you can make whatever dimensions you need for whatever specific product you're designing for. But don't worry, we're going to increase the size of this design later on, so it doesn't have to be at its biggest point now. Also, you want to make sure it's in pixels because that is the measurement that print-on-demand designs need regardless of what website you're on. Alright, so now that we have our square, we have to add just a random design in it so that we can actually save it. So I've added this star and going to click download in the top right corner. You always want to make sure you're downloading it as a PNG because that is the highest quality image you can get. Next, this is where all the magic happens. We have the size here, and right now it's 5,000 by 5,000, but I wanted to get it to 10,000 by 10,000, so that means we have to double it in size and move that slider button. Alright, so we've done 10,000 by 10,000, and if I were just making my own design, I would save it right here. But you can also make it even larger than this. I think we can go up to 3 times. Yeah, 3 times right there, the size. So that's something to keep in mind when you're making your designs, that you do always have the option to increase it by 3. I love this feature because it makes it super easy to actually get the right dimensions instead of having to go onto a separate image resizer or onto the image resizer that comes with your computer. You can do it all in one place with your design, and it's really important to have the right dimensions because you want to make sure that your designs look good on all the products that you're selling them on. I've seen so many times where people upload designs that are too small for the products, and you can see like a white border and it just doesn't look good, and automatically that means those products are not going to sell because why would someone buy something that doesn't fit the product properly? So that being said, let's move on to my second tip. My second tip revolves around designing, and it is adding layers or depth to font. For some reason, it actually took me a while to find this feature, and I think it's kind of hidden because it's not really obvious what this button does if you click it, but I finally learned that it actually allows you to add different effects to your font, and I think that using this feature can really make all the difference. I mean, look at this before and after. I personally think the second one looks a lot more professional, and a lot more people would want to buy a design with that on it. Alright, so now that you know what it looks like, let me show you how to do this. Alright, so for this tip, I just have to add some text to show you guys what you can do with it. So I'm just adding a random word here, sunshine, in just a basic text that they offer. What you want to do is select the text, and then a section named effects is going to pop up in the top middle area. Click that button and it'll open up this tab with a bunch of different things you can now do to any font. So as you can see here, we have the normal style, we have the shadow, which is one of my favorites, and you can really modify the shadow as well and change the color for the shadow because you never know what color of shadow you might want for your designs. Next, we have the lift option, which is another good one, but I don't recommend this one for t-shirt designs because if you're removing the background, I don't know how good this lift effect would still work out, but you can change the intensity and it would definitely be good for a design where you want to keep the background there. Next, we have hollow, splice, You can also change the background here to make it look a little nicer. We have Echo, Glitch, Neon, which is another one that I really like. And with Neon, you can change it to any color. The gray doesn't really look too good. You can do red, pink, anything you want. And you can also change the intensity to have a few different effects. Next, we can also add a background, which can also be nice for t-shirt design. And one of my favorites for t-shirt or any clothing design, even like a hat, is this curved feature. So as you can see, it allows the letters to curve around the middle like a circle. So especially for this design, it would look really nice if, let's say, I had the sunshine and a sun in the middle and then another word on the bottom. I think that would look really nice on a t-shirt. So yeah, those are some options just to amplify your font. The reason I think you should know about this tip is because I think it really elevates your designs and takes them to the next level. Alright, but now let's move on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is another one that a lot of people have asked me about, and I decided why not answer everything in one video. So that being said, tip number 3 is background remover. So this is another one that was not in the most obvious spot, and I had to do a little digging to find it. I think they've actually moved it to a more obvious spot now because it's such a popular tool to use, but in the beginning it was definitely a little harder to find. But there's so many uses for background remover, whether you're importing an image from a stock image and you only want part of it, like the forefront, you can do that. Even on Canva, there's a lot of images that you might want to remove the background for, or if it's your own design and your own photography and you want to remove the background, it works for that too. I can literally think of a million different ways to use this. So instead of having to go to a completely separate website to remove the background for a design, which is what I used to do before I found that Canva had this feature, and you can do everything in one place so you don't even have to think about it and not waste time. I've also tried several different websites for background removing, and I found that Canva has the most accurate background remover yet. Even Adobe has a background removing app that they have, but I think Canva does the same job, if not even better than Adobe. So personally, I've used this ever since I found it, and I think you guys should too. Alright, but now that you've heard me talk about it, I'll show you how to do it. So first, I need an image to actually remove the background for, so I'm going into the photos here and just picking a random image. I decided to go with this cake just to show you guys what it's really capable of, since there's a lot going on here. Alright, so you click the image and you just go to edit image to get the background remover button. Alright, so it's right here and all you do is click it. In the click of a button, you now have the forefront and the background is completely gone. Just to zoom in here, I want to show you guys how accurate it really is. It really maintained all the integrity of the forefront image, so I'm super happy with that, and I still think Canva is one of the best places to remove backgrounds. Alright, now you just save that image and you're all set. Okay, so moving on to my 4th tip. It's similar to my last one, and this one is the transparent background. This one is equally, if not more important than the previous one, especially when it comes to print on demand, because a lot of times if you're designing stuff for t-shirts or hats or dresses or any sort of clothing item, you want to have just the design on the t-shirt, not the entire background of like the white border. So with this button, you can easily get rid of that white background or whatever color you made it and have just the text and the image. This one is also easy to miss if you don't know what you're looking for or if you don't know it's there. I actually didn't know about it either for a while until I watched a Canva tutorial, but I'm here to share it with you guys so you can easily learn and apply it to your designs. The reason transparent background is so important is because it once again elevates your design, so you don't have like a big block of color or white box around your design, and that way you can look professional just like designs on t-shirts in stores do, and you can really compete with all the other people on the print on demand market. So let me show you how you can make your background transparent. Okay, so for the transparent background, you're going to need some text or images first. I'm just going to use one of these sample texts that they have here, and I chose the Feeling Cute one. So now that we have our text, we go to the download in the top right corner, and the first thing you want to do is download it as a PNG. That's the only way you'll actually get the transparent background to work. Next, you'll go to the transparent background section and check it off. It's as easy as that. It is a premium feature for Canva Pro. That is actually one of the main reasons I decided to upgrade to Canva Pro, because this makes life way easier for me. So yeah, let's see how it looks with the transparent background. Alright, you can see right here the white background is gone and we're left with a nice font with crisp edges. Alright, so now that you saw how to do that, I'm on my final tip, which is number 5, magic recommendations. So this is a feature I love using when I'm designing, especially if I don't have like a specific vision in mind of what I want to design. It's basically a feature in Canva where if you select one of their images or graphics or shapes that they have, they will now give you these magic recommendations that give you similar pictures to what you clicked on. This is a good way to get your creative juices flowing and test out what you like on your design. I've pretty much used these magic recommendations in all of the Canva design tutorials I've done before because sometimes you just have an idea, like a very general idea of what you want for design, but they don't have that image when you search for it. But once you click on something that's similar, more similar items will pop up and it'll be like the exact thing that you wanted. I know that's happened to me many times. So yeah, it's a great way to find more images if you only have like a general idea of what you want. Let me show you how you can get to the magic recommendations. So for magic recommendations, I'm going to need an image. So I go to the Elements tab here and search for something. Since it's almost Valentine's Day, I chose to search hearts, and all you have to do is select a random one and then you will instantly receive the magic recommendations tab. So if you open this, you will see more similar designs to what you just selected. As you can see, there's the exact one there in a different color, and then also other similar ones. What I love about this is that I wouldn't have otherwise seen these designs or seen them as quickly because I'd have to scroll down really far to get to them. So as long as you pick something you generally like from, the first few options, then you'll get some more magic recommendations that are similar that you wouldn't necessarily see right off the bat. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of my secret tips and tricks for Canva as a print-on-demand designer. I know these questions were asked a lot, so I hope everyone that asked them sees them in this video and you guys can use them in your next print-on-demand design. Once again, if you want to try a free Canva Pro trial, go to the link in my description box below. I have one for you guys. I love Canva Pro, so I highly recommend it to anyone else that's in print-on-demand or does any sort of graphic design work, even if it's not print-on-demand. But yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. Let me know what your favorite tip was in the comment below, or if you guys have any other secret tips that I haven't seen or thought of. I'll definitely do a part 2 to this video because Canva is literally expanding by the day and there's always new cool features. So I think it's an awesome platform and I'll definitely have more to share with you guys. But that being said, that's all I have for today. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.